Drew Rapisardi with us here on the John Mendola Show. We're talking about the Field of Dreams game via Montrose. Andrew, let's talk about your baseball season at Montrose this year.
Well, our baseball season, going into it, a lot of people doubted us because we lost a lot of seniors last year. So we knew that coming in, we're going to be a smaller team. And, we needed to bond together and have a good chemistry if we wanted to win any games. And definitely did a lot better than everyone expected. Everyone grew as a team, and I grew individually. But I was pretty happy with our season this year.
As a senior, talk about how you felt like you carried your team leadership-wise.
Yeah, I was the only senior this year. Passing the torch down to some younger players next year to keep the program going. We always have a good baseball program at Montrose. But yeah, just letting them know you only got a couple more years left high school ball. Better make the most of it.
Another sport, you play basketball. Talk a little bit about how you approached that sport and what you enjoyed about it.
So when I was younger, I have an older brother and two sisters. We always played baseball, basketball. Love basketball, love baseball, but we had a pretty good team this year for basketball. I only play that sport in the winter though, but baseball is all year round. I love it. Baseball is my life. But no, I love both sports. I'd play anything. I'm not just an athletic person, I guess.
Let's go to the academic component. Talk about some subjects you liked, or being a serious student, because we'll talk about where you're going to take your career. But talk about how you focused on academics.
So academics, being a student athlete, it was tough. Having to do homework as soon as you get home from late practices or working out. Growing up in high school, I basically loved science. That's what drew my attention, biology, and that's what I'm going to be doing in college, majoring biology and physical therapy, and that's where I'm going to be going to Misericordia University, and I'm going to hope to be playing baseball down there too.
Let's talk about that step to go to Misericordia University. Who are some of the other schools in the mix, and why Misericordia, a very successful school in the major that you like, and they have a really, really good baseball program too.
Yeah, so the baseball program definitely drew my attention there, how successful they are as a team and the coach. And also I had a lot of family friends who went there for the physical therapy program, so they gave me a lot of suggestions and pushed me to go there. And also a close friend of mine that I used to play football with, I'm going to be rooming with him down there, so I already know some people going into it. So it's just going to, I guess, know people going into it, be fun.
A few siblings, talk about them.
Yeah, my brother, Michael Rapisardi, he just graduated a couple years ago from Mansfield University. Played baseball down there for 2 years, and then he kind of just started lifting weights. Pretty big guy now, but yeah, he was all region, high school, pitcher, third base, and that's what I've grown to do. And honestly, he's been the biggest role model for me for baseball. I've always been chasing him, trying to be as good as him or better than him. So that's basically where my motivation comes from for baseball.
Sister?
My sister Haley, she's playing softball right now at Marywood University. She's playing first base down there. So she's also a really good player. And also my oldest sister Jenna, she played at Elmira College. So basically everyone, all of my siblings, have always been playing.
Athletic family. Talk about where that comes from. Parents always say, hey, we want you to be active.
Yeah, I've always liked it. Having older siblings, when I was young, really young, I tried to play with them as much as I could. Been playing my whole life. My dad's side of the family, not really my mom's, but my dad's side, most competitive people I've ever met. My dad, his brother, every time we get a family meeting, it's always, who's going to outbeat who and who's the most athletic. So
let's talk about the role models in your life. Who's pushing you and pulling you and making sure you're making the very good decisions that you made with a nice, bright future ahead for yourself?
Definitely my mom, mostly my mom, my dad, and all of my coaches. Coaches have always been telling me that it's more than just sports in life. Basically, you got a future ahead of you. You got to get a career. But yeah, they just made me make smart decisions and work hard for anything and everything I do.
How about the pride in the town of Montrose and the work ethic that you got there? And you're going to take that to a rural setting in Dallas where Misericordia is.
Yeah, small town, but we got a lot of talent there. I just want to show everyone what we can do from a small town. You don't need to be from somewhere big to make a name for yourself. So hopefully I make myself known when I'm older and playing baseball there. But yeah, it just doesn't matter where you come from. Anybody can get it. So.
All right, Andrew, we appreciate you telling us your story. Enjoy the weekend.
Thank you. Too.
Joe McAleer with us from Elk Lake here on the John Mendola Show at our Carol Janelle, the pizza capital of the world. Joe, let's talk about your baseball season at Elk Lake. How did things go for you?
It started off really well for us. I, along with 2 other seniors, enjoyed it. One of our seniors got sick and couldn't play the rest of his senior season, so we had to fill in some certain spots. And I don't think the younger kids were as ready as needed to be. So we dropped a couple games, but then we started picking it back up. And we ended up the season losing to Montrose by a walk-off hit in playoffs.
How did you feel you did in your leadership role as a senior at Elk Lake?
I feel I did very well. I taught a lot of the freshmen just the basics on baseball or just like life lessons, trying to pass down to them that I've learned.
3-sport athlete at Elk Lake, so you keep yourself pretty busy. Talk about the other 2 sports.
Soccer, I was also a league all-star, so that I tried making it to Unico game, but unfortunately weather in northeastern Pennsylvania pushed it back. And basketball, just a hobby.
When you talk about your family members, take us through, who's in your family and what they try to do for you.
My dad's been my coach all the way up until high school ball, so it was hard to be there without him coaching me. But he always helped me whenever we had extra time to push me and become better. My mom, she's always there for me. She always drives me everywhere, no doubt about it. She takes pictures for me, so. And my sister also pushes me to become the best that I could be.
Talk about your relationship with your older sister, and whether it was academically or she was an athlete as well. What were some things that you would have conversations about?
She was also an athlete in high school. She graduated 2 years ago. So she played softball and a lot of the same things, softball and baseball. So she helped me with lessons that I could learn and just pushed me.
Working this summer, talk about growing up a little bit and just making sure you're working your tail off as you get ready for that next step.
Last summer was the first year I worked, and it was busy. Between baseball and work and everything else, it was all hectic and just busy, but I learned from last summer how to deal with this summer, so now I know what to do.
How about that work ethic? Talk about your family grinding away and making sure that you have those same genes.
My dad always yells at me, get up, start lifting or something, go hit on a tee or something, just get better.
Let's talk about being driven like that, and obviously the parents play a big role. You need some of that self-motivation, but you're going to take that to the next level now at Shippensburg University, so you're going to give baseball a shot. A pretty good competition there in the PSAC, so
yeah.
Talk about what you think that possibility will be for you.
I've been contacting a coach, and I'm going to try to walk on this fall, so I'm just going to try my hardest, start lifting more and more, and hopefully get a spot on the team.
Let's talk about the area of study at college. What are you going to look into?
I'm going to study exercise sciences and hopefully get my degree for physical training or physical therapy.
Physical therapy, a really good field, and a field that usually people could get a gig at, which is more important than the parents will like that. You think back to any coaches or teachers at Elk Lake that had some influence on you?
Tony Rezakowski really pushed me, not just this year, but all the years, to be the leader that I always should have been, like from freshman year up. And also my summer coach, Josh Wynn, he's always helping me, working on my swing, working on pitching, and just getting everything perfect.
Joe, well, hey, great to hear your story. We wish you the best at the next level.
Thank you, sir.